All right, Dyson boys are back again. Another day. It's Thursday, October 4th, 2018. So the Democrats are boo hoo hoo. The investigation is not complete. There's stuff that's not in there. What are you folks crying about now? I'm telling you. You ask for another investigation, you get another investigation, then you start crying. My goodness, grow up. You Democrats act like 5-year-old kids whose mom said, no, you can't have a sucker. But I want a sucker. I don't want that one. I don't want that kind. Why don't you guys go somewhere and take a nap? My goodness, man.
Yeah, they're Democrats.
And Mitch McConnell. Okay, so Mitch, you feeling emboldened too now, huh? Mitch told him, yeah, go suck eggs, man. We're having this vote tomorrow. As a matter of fact, you're going to see some folks that were like sitting on the fence swing right over and have a yes vote.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to see. Because everybody's looked at this report and they see in this report that, man, we can't find anything to corroborate.
There's nothing there.
There's nothing there. Nothing there at all. You didn't talk to Kavanaugh or talk to Blasey Ford. Why we want to go back and talk to him? As a matter of fact, you might not want us to talk to Blasey Ford again.
Yeah.
Because she's subject to perjure herself. And if she talks and says something that perjures, then she's going to be saying, whoa, wait a minute, I'm not going down by myself with this thing here. Diane leaked it. So, again, you guys be careful what you ask for.
Yeah, be careful what you ask for.
Or you just might get it. You guys have lost your minds. And then Linda Sarsour, she's organized a protest in front of the circuit court. It's like, they don't have anything to do with him for the Supreme Court.
Circuit court, you stupid. It's a circuit court, you stupid witch. This is about the Supreme Court. Good night. You know, how stupid can you be?
Yeah.
You know,
Now she's got people out there.
That's like me mad at Kroger's when I'm gonna go out to Target and protest Target.
Yeah.
You know, because they're a store too.
It's like that. It's like that day when I was working in the Black Farmers Organization. We were in where were we? Were we in Mississippi? I forget what state we were in because we held these meetings all over the South. And this one girl, there were 2 Black farmer organizations, right? So she came to our meeting. She had ponied up with the other Black Farmers Organization. She had paid her membership, but they took off. She couldn't locate them, right? So when she heard that we were going to be in town, she pops on over to our meeting. I want my membership fee back. Let's see your receipt. Oh, you got a membership with the other Black organization, yeah. But you're over here asking for a refund from us. Yeah. Why are you over here asking us? Because you're the Black Farmers Organization. There's 2 of us. She went with the other one. Okay. So, lady, this is like me going over to Walmart, buying something at Walmart, and then I'm going to take it back, and I take it over to Target and ask them to give me my refund. They look at me as like, security!
Yeah, it's like, she think y'all Nordstrom's back in the day.
It's like, come on, really?
Yeah.
Really? So, man, I'm telling you, when you look at these Democrats and the stuff that they're willing to do, it's just crazy.
And if you think they've come unhinged, you ain't seen nothing yet.
But we knew they were going to come unhinged. We knew this.
You ain't seen nothing yet about unhinged. You know, these this fusion GPS thing is just falling all to pieces. Everybody's singing, you know. Everybody telling on everybody else. Mm-hmm. They having all these closed session meetings, you know, and senators coming out of there shaking their heads, talking about you are not going to believe. This is stuff we just heard.
One guy from Fox reported, they're coming out looking all stone faced.
Yeah. You are not going to believe the stuff we just heard. You know, when this stuff gets declassed, these people are out of their minds. They've lost it. So now declass is coming. So now CNN is wanting to report about the Russians, you know, and Five Eyes.
Yeah.
You know, which you know, I know most people don't know anything about.
Yeah, if you don't know what Five Eyes is, it was information gathering, intelligence gathering that 5 countries shared amongst themselves: United States, Great Britain, New Zealand, Canada, and Australia.
Yeah,
that's Five Eyes.
And it was under the radar, you know, secret. Mm-hmm. And so when Five Eyes went down, this was back in July or August, I can't remember exactly, but Five Eyes went down. And so then they lost that communication connection. But they're finding out as declass is coming that, you know, all New Zealand and especially New Zealand, Britain, and Australia were in league with the Hussein administration to frame Donald Trump with the Russians. So they're still pushing the Russian thing, that the Russians had this, you know, New Zealand and Australia, and you can find this on The Hill if you want to go check it out. Collusion bombshell. DNC lawyers met with FBI on Russia allegations before surveillance warrants. Mm-hmm. You know, so you know this stuff is coming out, and now they're finding, you know, the Brits and the Australians are saying, well, the Russians had this big hack going where they hacked the DNC, which we now know was not true. Yeah. You know, they didn't hack the DNC. You know, it's like, and got out of, you know, Assange spilled all that, and all that information was taken off the server. And what's his name that they, I can't think of the guy's name now. Seth Richard. He had downloaded that and given it to Assange. So anyway, that notwithstanding, they're trying to get ahead of the D-class, you know, and so they can keep pushing this Russian collusion thing, that the Russians and Trump were colluding and the Republicans were colluding to throw the election, when the D-class is going to show that the Hussein, Barack Obama, Barry was, you know, all up in the thick of this stuff, you know, trying to stop Trump. When they couldn't stop him, they were planning. When they realized they weren't going to be able to stop him, then they start planning to frame him, you know, and get him out of office, you know. But all this is coming in D-class, and it's all going to be revealed. So the CNN stories and all that stuff they're trying to put out there, it's going to be knocked down. Everybody's singing. The guy that set up all the secret servers, Hillary's email server,
he's singing.
He's singing, you know. So, you know, they're trying to get ahead of it, but because they know the people that they listen to them are not going to go out and look up any other kind of research on the topic, and they're just going to believe what they say.
Yeah. Donald Trump's going to have to come out and say something at a rally again to get the news media to report on what he's saying, which exposes.
Yeah, and which they're having a fit about the test that came on the 3rd. They were having a fit about that because he was circumventing them, you know, because Twitter, Facebook, they were all going to, and YouTube, they're all going to shut down everybody that's not one of them. You know, they're going to neuter him. They're going to take down his Twitter account. He said, I can beat that. I'll just go on and then talk directly to the people, which has always been his thing. Mm-hmm. I'm going to not talk through the people through you. You know, you're not going to record what I say and then play it back, chop it up to make it sound like I said something that I didn't say. He talks directly to the American people, and they hate that because they want to control the news cycle. So now, moving on, it's this story. I think this is The Hill too.
It is The Hill.
Okay, about I have a hard time seeing this woman's name. Natalie Vasilnitskaya. I think that's how you say her name. Her boss, Albertovich Korobin.
Don't even try to say it. Just say they're Russian, man.
Plummeted to his death Wednesday night in a crash. Now, this guy was the deputy attorney general in Russia, and he's the one that linked up with Loretta Lynch to get this woman into the country so she could set up Jared Kushner and Manafort, you know. And so now this guy plummets to his death in a helicopter crash, and it says it was an unauthorized helicopter flight. So I'm down there like, okay, so you, with the Clintons, you better not take a bath. Don't go swimming.
Don't ride helicopter.
Definitely don't get in anything that leaves the ground.
Yeah.
Don't get a car. My brother said, get you a donkey and ride to work.
You don't see me riding donkeys.
Make sure he ain't wired.
Yeah. Make sure he didn't swallow a bomb.
And if you go build a panic room inside your panic room. Because if you got any information that that you can use against the Clintons, because all these people are getting subpoenaed. Whether or not you're cooperating or not, you will get subpoenaed and you have to come. Well, you can either go to the subpoena or you can run.
So,
or you can let the Clintons fix it for you.
So I was thinking about the Australian diplomat who went to George Papadopoulos and told George Papadopoulos, "Hey man, George, come here. The Russians got some information on Hillary. There's some dirt that you guys can use in the campaign for the Trump presidency. And hey man, you need to get over there and meet with these folks to get this information." So the Australian diplomat, I'm pretty sure that since that fell on his face, I'm pretty sure he's probably, oh my goodness, they took out the Russian dude on a helicopter. Man, hey, dude, you got a donkey for sale, right? That's what you're going to see me on from here on out. I'm not flying anywhere. I'm not driving anywhere.
Don't take no vacations.
I'm on a donkey from here on out, man. If they're going to get me, they got to get me while I'm riding around on this donkey.
Get you a security team to watch your security. You are not trying to take chances right in and along through here.
When I heard
you're a Clintonista.
When I heard the report about the DNC lawyers going to the FBI and talking to the FBI so they could set up getting all these FISA warrants and things like that, my instant reaction, well, who was in charge of the FBI at this time? You had James Comey there. You had Andrew McCabe there. You had Peter Strzok, Lisa Page. You had Rob Rosenstein. They were still getting info from Christopher Steele. You had Bruce Orr as that pipeline between Christopher Steele and the FBI. So you had all these guys in place while the DNC lawyers were meeting with the FBI. So what were they meeting with the FBI for? Yeah. This is pre-election. This is during the campaigns. Yeah. What are they meeting with? Why is the DNC, who paid for Christopher Steele's fake dossier, along with Hillary Clinton, why were they meeting with the FBI? What was the purpose of them meeting with the FBI? What was the purpose for that? Let's see if we can tie some things together here and connect some dots. You're meeting with the FBI because you want the FBI to be all up in this, because you got to go after Manafort. You have to go after Papadopoulos. You got to go after anybody you can associated with.
Sorry, I got to argue with you. They were coming together for tea and biscuits.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, while they were having tea and biscuits, they were sitting around talking about what they were going to do. You went after Donald Trump Jr. for this meeting that was supposed to take place in Trump Tower that the lying mainstream media said Trump knew about, and then comes out later, well, Trump didn't even know anything about this meeting that they were supposedly having with the Russians so they could get dirt on Hillary Clinton.
And they made it act like that Jared Kushner and Manafort had set the meeting up. Come to find out, Loretta Lynch, the woman wasn't even allowed in the country. Then Loretta Lynch gets with Mr. Helicopter Diver. If I'm thinking they pushed him out to the helicopter and set the helicopter on fire.
So they set up this Russian lawyer coming over here under the pretext that she had some information about Hillary Clinton that she wanted to pass on to the Trump team. That was all set up. Yeah. And these are the types of things that the DNC lawyers were talking to the FBI about.
And she wasn't supposed to be in the country. Loretta signs a waiver so she could, because she was a lawyer to some company doing business. I think it was in Chicago or something. It was all a front. It was all a scam. You know? But then they're going to set up a meeting between Manafort and Jared Kushner. Really? with her,
Mm-hmm.
of all people.
Yeah, who wasn't supposed to be in the country in the first place. So, who is in charge of visas and passports and people coming into the country? Is it the Department of Justice? No. Is it Department of Energy? No. Is it the Department of Health and Human Services? No. It's the State Department. It's the State Department. So you're all up in this. This is. Hey, if we can't keep him at bay, talking about keeping Donald Trump at bay, hey, we'll set him up.
Yeah,
we'll set him up. So that's what all this stuff is about. You do not have to be a genius to see what's going on.
This stuff out.
To figure it out on your own.
Figure it out.
You don't have to be a genius. As the information comes out, like this report about the DNC lawyers meeting with the FBI, when you look at that and you look at everything else that has already come out, and there's another dot to connect. Another dot.
Did we just get a report dropped today that someone used to work for Sheila Jackson Lee? He worked for a lot of
Democrats, yeah.
Over the years. We're talking more than 10 years here. And Capitol Police arrested him today for doxing people.
Mm-hmm.
And it was brought up earlier in the week, but I guess they finally arrested him.
And he knew,
yeah,
because you and I said,
and they fired him. Sheila Jackson Lee fired him. Again trying to get ahead of him. But now when he starts singing, because he gonna sing, because they're not loyal to each other like that.
So this guy goes out and he publicly releases all of these senators, their addresses, their phone numbers, et cetera, because hey, we want to get in these folks' face.
Yeah,
that's been their thing. Hey, let's get in these folks' face. So he releases confidential information. He does been doing some other nefarious stuff over the years. He's working with all these Democrat senators over the years. The last one being, like you said, Sheila Jackson Lee. So he gets arrested today. I'm pretty sure they're giving him, they're going to offer him something, a deal that he cannot refuse. I'm pretty sure they are.
A deal he better not refuse. And so when you're going to hear a lot of howling and screaming, when we had nothing to do with it, he was he's going to be a rogue.
He was doing that on his own.
Yeah, he's doing all this on his own.
No,
so
he's going to be dropping names.
Consistently doing the same thing on his own. You had no knowledge of it. Well, according to him, he says you did.
Now, another thing that's really gonna stick at him is he was using government resources to do this stuff.
So now we're talking about, this isn't jaywalking now.
This is felony.
This is felony, federal offense.
Yeah.
So he could do some serious good time in a federal penitentiary.
So he can be like the guys that got caught, the mafioso guys that get caught and they're like, look, Code of America, look, not saying anything. How long am I going to jail? 15 years? Okay, not a problem. But I'm not saying anything.
Not saying it.
Okay? You catch guys like this guy here, you catch them with their hand in the cookie jar. See, the mafiosos, hey, these guys, they know. No, I'm not saying anything.
Yeah.
But man, I'm not even going to make it to jail if I start talking.
Yeah.
You better put me in the witness protection program. You want me to start talking. But guys like this guy here, okay, that's thinking he's doing something for the struggle.
For the struggle.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to start talking.
It's always for the struggle.
He's going to start talking. There's a whole bunch of them going to be talking. So you Democrats out there whining and crying about this investigation, report from this investigation, go ahead. Keep whining and crying because guess what? You ain't shed no tears yet. There's a big tears some whole bunch of folks are going to be shedding. Chuck Schumer. Here's what that boy, will somebody shut the Chuck up? This dude comes out today, him and Dianne Feinstein. Big mistake number one. You saw a camera and a microphone and you stopped and started speaking into it. This dude, Chuck Schumer, well, it's been the Republicans that have been delaying the process, talking about Brett Kavanaugh, the confirmation. It's been them delaying the process. Chuck, What movie have you been watching, man? You guys have done everything from day one of that hearing. From day one, you were doing everything you could to delay the process. But now you come out today and open that foul mouth of yours, starts talking about it's the Republicans that's been delaying the process.
Yeah, well, they don't have anything else to go on. They know the vote's going through, and they know how the vote's going to work out. So all they got is to get in every microphone they can get in, whine and cry and make it look like, justice isn't being served here, and they're steady bleeding people, More, you get on, especially on YouTube, more people are putting their videos, walkway videos, guys on Rush. I know you heard a guy on Limbaugh, and I've read stories by guys like that behind this process that said, if this is how you're going to do from now on, I'm not going to support you. I can't be a part of that.
This guy on Limbaugh today, I was out and I had on Limbaugh, and he was talking to this 30-year-old guy, and the guy Rush was talking to, he says, man, I've never been political. I've never even voted. He's in his 30s. I've never even voted. I'm not even registered to vote. He said, but watching the Democrats, and he's been watching, them over the years. He was more leaning left than he was right. So he's been watching them over the years, and he's said he's always been concerned about the tactics that they use to get their way and to keep power. He says, man, watching them do what they did to Brett Kavanaugh, he said the day after the hearings were concluded, he went and registered to vote. And the dude says, hey, Republican, I'm voting Republican because I can't. Can you abide in that, Udovich? Not one damn bit, sir. So he can't abide in the Democrats anymore because of what he's seen them do, not just over the years, but more specifically what they tried to do to Brett Kavanaugh. He's done with them. He's done with them.
People, especially guys, that could be me. And, you could have your life destroyed. You could lose your career. You could lose your wife and kids. You could have your life destroyed. Spend time in prison.
Yep.
Behind an accusation.
On a false accusation.
False accusation that cannot be proven one way or the other, but you got the taint on you. Even if you don't go to jail, you've got that taint on you.
Absolutely.
And it'll ruin a guy's life. And women are like, that could be my husband, that could be my brother, it could be any man in my family that I care about. It could be them. And I'm supposed to support this crap. He's going to be guilty. Period.
One of our uncles, he's passed on now, Uncle Robert. He told a story when he was a teenager. He grew up in Alabama. And this was during the 40s. Or late 30s and early 40s. In his teenage years. So they were out swimming near this bridge. And two white girls came on about the same age as Uncle Robert and the guys that he was swimming with. And they asked, y'all want some? Uncle Robert said, man, the next thing you know, he was in Flint. Don't know how he got there. He was in Flint. Because he knew, man, if I stick around here, they could say that I tried to have sexual intercourse with them. All they got to do is say that.
Make the accusation.
Make the accusation. And, man, I'll swing you from a tree.
Whether, just the accusation.
Just the accusation.
Can have you tortured to death and your body swinging from a tree.
Remember the movie Rosewood?
Yeah.
The girl was having an affair with the traveling man, and her husband found out. And she said, well, it was a black man that did it. There you go.
There you go.
Bunch of folks getting killed and burned out and all kinds of crap just on an accusation.
And now, you talking years ago, decades
that
ago.
was in 1927.
Yeah, you talking decades ago, Democrats, right?
Yep.
Now, Democrats are doing that universally. The same thing.
The same thing.
But it's universal. They don't care what race you. As a matter of fact, if you're a white conservative male, you have more chance of going down over this than him or I do.
Yeah, in today's world.
But it's still the Democrats. This is who these people have always been, which I keep trying to enforce to people, they have not changed.
No, they've gotten worse.
Always been.
Yeah, they've gotten even more vicious and nasty.
Because now no one's safe. You know, they don't care. If you disagree, that's why I call them a cult. You can't be in the cult and disagree with the cult. You know, watching that Jim Jones story, guys that would all of a sudden, I remember this one black guy, he was for Jim Jones when they were still in America, and he started asking questions. The next thing you know, he go out to the tool shed and it blows up. Mm-hmm. You know, because he was asked, because the cult wants your blind obedience. Mm-hmm. Don't ask questions. Mm-hmm. Just do what you're told.
Just do what you're told.
That's a cult. That's why I call the DNC a cult. The Democrat National Cult, I call them. Because that's what they are. You cannot be a part of a cult and have a difference of opinion. You don't have an opinion unless they give it to you.
What did Richard Spencer say when Dinesh D'Souza asked him, in your society, where do people get their rights from? Well, they get their rights from the state. You mean there's no individual rights? No, it's whatever the state says your rights are. Mm-hmm. So who's going to be in control of passing out the rights? Yeah. Okay, somebody's going to be in control of that. So I don't have that free will in your society. I don't have that free will to define my own freedom. Nope. I don't have that right. Whatever freedoms that I have, I get them from you and your boys, whoever they are.
Whoever that happens to be.
Whoever that happens to be. So there is no, because with the left, individualism is not what they're after.
You can't have individualism in a cult.
No.
You know, you can't do that. Mm-mm. That goes against the whole principle.
Defeats the whole purpose of it.
Defeats the purpose of the cult.
Yeah.
You know, it's like an ant colony. You know, there's not one little ant that says, "Hey, I'm gonna go over here and do this over here." No.
You see him getting smacked back over. Get your butt back over here.
No, and if you divide a cult, the cult says, well, you either get outcast or you get done.
Yeah. Or you wind up like the Russian lawyer who's a helicopter.
You get done.
Yeah.
You're done on the planet.
Yeah.
If you insist on going in that direction, you're done on the planet. Start going out here mouthing off at the cult.
Yeah.
All of a sudden your brakes don't go out. In the curve or something. Steering wheel gonna snap or something.
Well, see, the Democrats have their own code of no.
Yeah.
Right? They have their own code. Yeah. Once you're in, you can get out. But you get out at the detriment of your life.
Yeah, it's going to be fee first.
Yeah, especially if you're high profile and you got some information that you don't want them to get out there.
No.
But, hey, you're doing it to yourselves, Democrats. Yeah. The more you kick and scream, the more you get out there like Chuck Schumer did this morning, the more you get out there and say silly stuff like it's the Republicans that delayed the process. When anybody who's been watching and listening
and people have
can see that, hey, what Chuck Schumer just said is a bald-faced lie.
Yeah.
Hey, Chuck, shut the Chuck up.
Yeah.
Because you're lying and you know you're lying. That makes me think about the woman that went to the Donald Trump rally.
Yeah.
And then came back home and turned on the news. And what she heard on the news is like, no, that's not what it was like.
That's what I heard.
He must be talking about a different rally that was held somewhere in the same city. But the rally that I went to is like, So for her, it's like, through with you.
Yeah, done with you.
You just looked into my eyes and lied.
Told me a bald face.
Yeah.
And said it like, yeah, that's really what happened.
Yeah, that's really what happened.
And
she said, no, that's not how that was.
I was there.
I was there.
And again, Trump's packing out rallies every freaking night. 30, 60,000 people. So many people, they can't get everybody in. More people outside than it is inside. And it's like, they got all, Barack Obama. Oh, he can draw a crowd. He's like, no. You can't get 1,000 people in a venue. And you try, that's why they don't report on that. You don't hear nothing about it. Mm-hmm. Because if they report on it, you'll find out, there were 700 people there, But Republicans are the ones that's driving people away from the Republican Party. Mm-hmm. No, That's not true. And another thing, everybody keeps saying this: the country is divided down the middle. No. So no, I mean, if that were true, just like this guy, he was earlier. I'm watching. He was at this rally for in Florida for DeSantis. Mm-hmm. He was at his rally, and he turns the camera around and says, "This is the protest rally across the street. There's 5 people." You know, I mean, he said, "Yeah, I know it's a weekday and everybody at work, but don't think you get with 5 people."
Yeah.
To come and protest us.
Yeah.
We got almost 200 people here on a weekday.
Yeah. I was watching this interview that Hillary was given to some left-wing organization. I think it was back on Monday. I was watching it, and they're yucking it up. Telling jokes and all this stuff, and talking about Brett Kavanaugh and asking Hillary. That's what she, her input on Kavanaugh. Is like, well, that's the wrong person that asked about this in the first place.
Right.
And so Hillary cracked the joke, and you hear people in the background laughing. Okay, that's the cameraman. Oh, that's the guy holding the mic. Okay, the producer. It's like you hear, this laughter coming from a few folks. It's like, well, it's not many people there. And then she cracked another joke, and folks started laughing again. And you can tell, it's like, well, there's not many folks there.
Yeah.
It's her staff and the camera crew.
Yeah.
Not many folks at all. And, I'm sitting here thinking, first of all, why would you want to get input from her in the first place?
On anything like that.
Anything like sexual abuse. Why would you want to get her input on it in the first place? That's the wrong person to talk to. That's like me getting bit by a rattlesnake. That I'm gonna go up to another rattlesnake. Hey man, he bit me. I'm gonna bite your behind too. You don't get away from here.
That's what we do. It's like you hear all this. The country is divided right down the middle. Half of the country believes this, and half of the country believes that, because they take them polls that and skew them to make it sound like that. But when you're getting 700 people over here, and you're getting almost 100,000 people over here, that does not sound like a divided country.
Yeah, don't sound like a divided country.
That don't sound like, the media's pushing that nonsense.
Yeah.
But that does not sound like a divided country.
Yeah.
And even on the Donald Trump side, there's people still out here doing this. Oh, our country's in danger. Put you up. Stop being chumps.
Stop being.
You're so used to losing.
Yeah, stop being wussies.
You're so used to, and I keep thinking about, you worried about what they're going to do.
Yeah.
What are you going to do to them?
Yeah.
Are you going to stand up to them? There's people losing family members. We've lost them. I've lost friends that I've had for 50 years.
Yeah. Because
I took a stand against the nonsense.
Yeah.
No, I'm not walking down that road with you.
Yeah.
Well, you jeopardizing our friendship. If my political view jeopardizes our friendship, we were never friends.
We were never friends
in the first place. Because if that's your line of disembarkation, fine.
Well, see, I can't. And the way I am now, my belief system and my value system tells me that no, I don't acquiesce to that. Okay? I stand my ground, my position, because this is what I believe in. If you have a problem with what I believe in, and it runs counter to what you believe in, and if it destroys our relationship, well, we never had much of a relationship anyway. Okay? So, hey, therefore, but I'm not going to, hey, man, I'm sorry. I value our friendship. I'll stop. No, I'm not going to stop. That's been the problem with conservatives in the past. It's like, I don't want to make them mad. I don't want to offend them. Man, I don't have a problem with that. I do not have a problem.
You offended, then consider yourself offended.
Because one of our siblings, we got into a conversation. This was over a year ago, and I told the sibling, I said, look, I'm standing my ground. I'm not giving up. I said, because you Democrats think you're the only ones that have something to say about everything. Everybody else is supposed to go somewhere, sit down, and shut up.
White people don't have a right to speak because they're white. You're black. You're supposed to think like we do. You know, so if you don't think like this, you're a traitor to your race.
And go somewhere and sit down
it's
and
like,
shut up.
okay, so Democrats came from Africa. That concept of being a Democrat, all Africans and all everybody that comes out of Africa was a Democrat. So when you came over here as slaves or whatever, you were a Democrat. So you automatically, which history says that's not true.
It's not even true.
You know,
yeah.
Blacks were Republicans solidly until the 1930s and the New Deal. So, you know, that's not even true. You know, you're talking less than 100 years. But yet you're talking like this has been the case forever, you know. And so I'm betraying black people because I don't think like you know. What have you gotten for that? And you can't tell me anything. Then why are you so angry?
And my position is, so be it.
Yeah.
So be it. But hey, if you can convince me with irrefutable facts that it's best for me to come over on the left side, if you can do that, then I'll come over on the left side. Okay? But I have, to this day, October 4th, 2018, no one has been able to bring me irrefutable facts that would make it easy for me to come over to the left. No one. And you know what? No one ever will. Yeah. Because I see who you are on the left. This today, seeing the Democrats whine and moan about the report from the FBI, from the 7th investigation of Brett Kavanaugh, to see them whine and cry in their beer, it's no surprise. No. We knew when they were calling for the investigation. Yeah. If they get the investigation, whatever comes out of it, they're not going to like it anyway.
They're not going to like it anyway.
Because we already
if
knew
it doesn't give them the result they want, they're
not going to like it anyway.
And they knew when they called for it what was going to be discussed.
Yeah.
Nothing.
So hey, to hear them moan and groan and whine and cry in their beer, hey man, no big surprise, because that's who they are. They do not accept defeat. Why don't they accept defeat? It's because they never had to accept defeat. This is new for them.
Yeah.
It's new for them. And they don't know what to do other than just come out of the playbook. Yeah. Over and over.
Defame people.
Yeah.
Accuse them falsely. Mm-hmm. You know, just, you know, destroy anyone that comes against them. You know, this the same, you know, people say it's the Saul-Alinsky taxes. They've always been like that before there was a Saul-Alinsky. Yeah. They were like that. They just tapped into that now. But this is who these people have always been. They've never been straight up with you. They never tell you the truth. They when they get busted, they say, no, that was them.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
like what Chuck Schumer did.
Yeah, you know, that was them. They did that. If it wasn't for them, you know, this process would have went on smoothly. You know, but did they leak the letter then? No. You know, but see, they're not going to get asked those kind of questions by the people asking them questions. They're not going to. Chuck Schumer ain't going to come on anybody's show where they call him out. He's not going to do that. You know, he's going to stick. If they go anywhere, it'll be to CNN or any other liberal outlet. They're not going to come to anybody that, you know, especially a libertarian. You know, somebody that's libertarian. They never going to talk to those people because, you know, they figure they worse than anybody. You know, as far as they concerned, because you don't like the state. You know, you think the state is the enemy. Well, I'm the state, so I'm your enemy. Yeah. You know, and there's nothing I have to common ground with the leftists other than we're both human beings.
Yeah.
That's it.
And then their behavior makes that questionable for them.
Yeah. You know, and I'm looking at you and saying, yeah, we're human beings, but you're a sick human being. Yeah. You're sick in the head.
You're psychotic.
There's something wrong with your head. Yeah. Because I show you irrefutable evidence and you say, well, that's your reality. Yeah. You know, so you don't even want to deal with what's real.
Yeah.
You have a mental problem. You know, and somehow I'm supposed to, you know, come together, kumbaya with these people when they want to destroy everything that's not like them.
Not doing it.
Fundamentally transform America. Yeah. You know, they was like, yeah. You know, to the white person, that meant, you know, that we're, you know, us leftists are going, white leftists, that meant they were going to take over and nobody was going to challenge us. To the black people that were for him, You know, we're going to get those white people, those racist white people. That's what they heard. I heard, oh, you think America's screwed up, and so you going to fix it by destroying it.
Yeah.
You know, that old building's about to collapse. Let's just go on and pull it down and put up a different one. No. You know, fundamental transformation meant for me that you want to destroy America. That's what I heard.
Yeah, yeah. Let's do the smash. We're at 40 minutes.
All right, people. We have a bright, sunny day here. It's cold out there, though. Because it's well, it's not that bad, but it's not as hot as it was yesterday. But this is Michigan in October. And hey, all you folks out there, make sure you're registered to vote. You know, if you're not registered, you got to. Friday will be your last day before you can register. Tomorrow, before you can register and be able to vote. Maybe in some states you might not be. But get out there and register if you're not and vote. And hey, if you like what you're hearing here, hit the thumbs up. If you don't like it, thumbs it down. If you got something to say about it one way or the other, there's a comment section down below. Make a comment. If you want to hear more of this, hey, subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. And if you want to make sure that you catch a video every time we put it up, hit the bell. And that way you'll get timely updates whenever we put up a video. And we put up videos 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. Maybe we'll put up a special one through the week or on the weekend if something really crazy come out. And, you know, we're dealing with Democrats, so you never know.
Yeah.
Anyway, you guys have a good day. We appreciate you. Thank you for all your comments. Thank you for your subscriptions and your likes. And, hey, we'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. And you guys all have a good day. And we're out of here.
All right, we're out.